Hey, what's up everyone? This is Snicked, back with the latest info on the looming update that Flare is due to release for the game coming up in mid-September, or maybe a little bit earlier as they've said. Just by way of review, yesterday Flare put up a sneak peek about a free gold shield mechanic that's going to be a part of the update. I did a video on this yesterday, which you can check out here on my YouTube channel. It's also posted out on Facebook. But the gist of it is that there will be a free gold shield mechanic. They didn't say how long the gold shield would be for, whether or not there would be achievements or tasks or certain objectives that you had to meet, maybe even such a thing as watching ads in order to earn the free gold shield. But by free, we're at least assuming that they mean that it will not cost gold, gems, or pearls. So that'll greatly level the playing field for players, whether you're a free player or you're a player who's paid for gems to get a free gold shield mechanic. And as they've said here, that'll make getting that next tower or troop upgrade come that much sooner and be that much easier than it has been as of late. But moving on from the topic of the gold shield, we are going to do just a little bit of a review here on leading up to the sneak peek that Flare released today. So as you guys will recall, over the past few weeks there have been a series of sneak peeks that have come out regarding the new update. The new update will have a PvE, or player versus environment, single player campaign, or a story campaign as it's being called as well. And part of that is that the campaign will feature monsters. The first monster that Flare revealed in the sneak peek a few weeks ago was the werewolf. And then just checking these out, the second one was the mummy. And the third one was the ogre. And that leads up to the sneak peek that Flare just released today, and this is the new bit of news here in this video, is that with the coming update, you will be able to add some new troops to your royal army. Of course, you might have to show them who's boss first. So, it looks like, as many have speculated, including myself, that the mummy, ogre, and werewolf not only will be enemies that you'll fight in the game, but after fighting them, it looks like after besting them or meeting some sort of objective, maybe they're the boss, maybe they're bosses on certain levels in the story campaign, something like that. But once you beat them, you in effect tame them and they essentially become your allies, and you can then use them as troops, just as you use your other troops in the PvP part of the game. So whether or not they'll be fully upgradable, and they'll be exactly like the other units that are out there, or they might have some kind of special circumstances or some kind of a special designation to them where you don't upgrade them and maybe they cost a little bit more morale. Scant details on that yet. We're not really sure exactly how it's going to work out in practice, but it does look like, based off of the sneak peek today, that not only will you have to attack them and defeat them, but once you do, that will essentially unlock the ability to use them as troops in your army. So that's really cool to see. Now, there were some comments that went up on the Royal Revolt page out on Facebook as well. A couple of additional insights here. So Giovanni Belli asks, sounds like we need to complete some kind of campaign for unlocking new troops. And Royal Revolt answers, sounds like you're onto something here. And so it seems, based off of the sneak peek, a couple of comments that were made in the past, and then of course this one as well, that it does look like unlocking the mummy, the werewolf, and the ogre will be a part of the story campaign, and they will then become potential allies that you can use back in the raiding portion or the PvP portion of the game. And then Amarul Iman Ahmad Rizal asks, what type of troop can we get? And then Royal Revolt again says, the monsters that we already previewed might be willing to join your ranks soon. So that's just a reiteration of the point that we will be able to integrate the monsters into our army, it looks like probably after beating them or defeating them in the story campaign. Omer Farouk Celebi asks how we are going to make troops. And then Royal Revolt says they might be willing to join your army. Of course, you would have to show them that you are a worthy leader first. Again, it's another repetition there. And then finally, there was actually an allusion to the werewolf. And so Christian Newgate says ogre for defense and werewolf for attack. Then Royal Revolt responds, werewolves are pretty speedy, so they might do very well on the offense. And that's really the first mention that we've seen, other than the descriptions in the sneak peeks, about some of the attributes that the monsters might have. A lot of people have speculated that the werewolf